All right, all right, all right. The Kings got their first win under interim coach Doug Christie. Good for Doug, good for the Kings. Everybody can take a deep breath of air. The end of the world is not here. The Kings are still going to get some wins this season at home, so everybody can exhale. And the Sacramento Kings win at home versus the Dallas Mavericks, 100-110 on Monday night. We finally got to see the beam lit. I was on the way home from the San Francisco 49ers Monday night football game, and as we were driving past downtown, I saw the beam. And I was like, yes, we got a win. Doug Christie finally got his first win as head coach. So it was like a bit of relief. It was a big weight off of my shoulders, which is great. Great for the Kings, you know. Even though in my opinion it wasn't the head coach's fault. It seems like a lot of guys on the team were surprised by the firing of head coach Mike Brown. But you know, a lot of them respect Doug Christie and the fact that he played in the league at a high level, and he coaches. You know, he was always going to be a head coach at some point in his career. So, guys don't seem too troubled by that. And Doug, he seems so far like a determined coach, and we'll see. This is yet to be seen how it goes. We'll see how it goes from here. Now, I do want to say I did make a video after the Detroit game, the next day after, and it was like right around the time that Mike Brown got fired. Unfortunately, that video got erased. My computer, I accidentally shut down my computer in the middle of recording, and it jacked the video file up. So I don't have that game analysis. So this is really like my first game analysis in a ton of games. So I actually haven't put out a video since the 22nd when the Kings lost to the Lakers in the back-to-back games at home. And we have had, how many games since then? 1, 2, 3, 4. There's been 4 games since then, okay? And the Kings were on this huge losing streak at home, which was crazy. And after they lost to Detroit, I guess that was enough, in my opinion, for upper management, Monty McNair in specific. I'm not sure how much Vivek, the owner, had to do with this firing, but Monty definitely stepped up and said that it was his decision. So I think after seeing them lose to Detroit, one of the worst teams in the Eastern Conference, and after Mike Brown's press conference where he talked about his players not listening to him, mainly De'Aaron Fox not listening and paying attention to the details at the end of the game, in my opinion, Monty took that as Coach Brown has lost the team, or at least had lost the superstar. And it just really seemed Fox was very lackadaisical in the game and just about in the situation. And I've done a couple videos and shorts about that. If you want to see what I had to say about that, that's out there. I'll try to post it up here. You can see my analysis of the actual play at the end of the game that De'Aaron Fox lost the game on and probably got his coach fired for. So I'll try to post that up here. So right now, the Sacramento Kings are still in 12th place. They're kind of stuck in that position. And that's only because the Trailblazers are so bad underneath them. They're about 2.5 games behind the Kings. And the Suns are right above them. Interesting thing about the Suns, though, is that they only have one more win than the Kings do. It's just the loss column. The Kings have 3 more losses. So in my opinion, the Kings start winning, there's still a good chance of them moving up this conference. I mean, only 1 game behind 11. They're 2 games behind. Actually, this is 2.5 games behind the Warriors and the Spurs. Okay, 3 wins in a row. They lose a few games, and the Kings are right back up there into playoff contention once again. Hey guys, and before I get into the video, I want to say I really appreciate you joining me Thanks for being here. Please like the content, subscribe, comment as well, and share the content if you can. It really helps me grow. We're a new channel, but we're trying to grow, and it really helps a lot. I appreciate you guys. And like I said, thanks for being here. Hopefully you're here for the whole video. I got some important things to say about this Kings game. And I want to say, welcome, YouTube. And to all my friends and all my folks out there, and to you Kings fans, it's your guy, Jay Woods, aka Shy the Man, and I'm back at you with another episode of the Kings Morning After Midday Cup of Joe with Jay.
I love it.
Yeah, I got the Cat Dad Cup today. And my cup of Joe for today. Just a lot going on with the Kings right now. I'm just glad that they finally got their victory with Doug Christie. Seems like the guys are going to play hard for him, which is pretty much all we want. We just need these guys to play a lot more defense, right? They're a decent offensive team on most nights, as long as they're hitting their shots and playing the way they're supposed to be playing. It's really the defense, I believe, that kind of is holding this team back, especially at the end of games. They've collapsed. They've had leads and collapsed. So to me, that's defense. You're already up. You're already winning. All you really have to do is just D the other team up. Try to stop them as much as you can. You know, obviously, you're not going to be able to just stop hot jump shooters that are just hitting jump shots. But, you know, protect your paint. You know, stay on guys. You know, don't let guys just come to the basket and make easy layups. You know, get your defensive rebounds, things like that. And, you know, Happy New Year. It's New Year's Eve. And here's the Doug Christie. Hopefully he can get things turned around here in Sac. And if he does really good, maybe he'll even be the head coach ongoing next year, into next year, instead of just the interim coach for the rest of this year. Which I don't even understand why they did that. I mean, is it like a tryout to see if he could be the head coach? I mean, don't set Doug up to fail. You know, he's one of our guys, you know, that we love and we hold as one of our beloved, like, you know, family members, Kings family members. So don't put him in a spot where you know he's going to fail. So far, he's 1-1. So this goes to you, Doug. Go ahead and hopefully turn this team around, and I hope you get that head coaching job. That's my cup of Joe. Black, 1 creamer. Quick stats. Let me give you guys some quick stats. And for the Sacramento Kings, as you can see in the first quarter, they were blown out a little bit. They were blown out by like 14 points in the first quarter. I think it had a lot of people like, oh my God, here we go. Doug Christie is not making a difference in this game. The Kings just really come into a lot of these games unprepared, seems like unready to play. I don't know if that's on the coach or if it's just the players being lackadaisical, but it seems to happen a lot. And then in the second quarter, as you can see, the Kings kind of came back a little bit. They were within 4 at halftime. They had a great third quarter, and they finished the game off with more points than the Mavericks scored. And that's how they were able to win 110-100. Now, I mean, I guess it's also good to take notice that Mavericks were without a lot of their players, including their stars, Luka Doncic, and I don't believe what's his name played either. Kyrie Irving didn't play either. I'm not sure about Kyrie Irving, but I did see that Luka Doncic is going to be out for about a month. And would that have made a difference had they been there? Obviously, probably. The Kings will take any win that they can get at this point, though, and they need the wins against teams that they're supposed to beat. This was a team that should have beat or supposed to beat, so they won, and that's good, whether the stars were there or not. And for the Mavericks, their leading scorer was Spencer Dinwiddie, who scored a big 30 points from the guard position. And PJ Washington at forward scored 28 points as well. Off the bench, Brandon Williams had 10. And they didn't have a ton of rebounds. It's kind of spread out. Quentin Grimes had 7. And then Spencer Dinwiddie was the leader in assists with 6. And the Sacramento Kings, the leading scorer was De'Aaron Fox with a big 33 points on the night. Second place was Domantas Sabonis, who's back in the lineup after an illness. He had 17 big points and 16 huge rebounds. He got a little help on the rebounding end from Keegan Murray, Malik Monk, who had about 6 and 7 rebounds, and Malik Monk with 14 points, DeMar DeRozan with 14 points, and Trey Lyles with a big 14 points off the bench. Other guys only played about a minute or so they didn't have much time to contribute. Jordan McLaughlin got an assist in there. Lynn got 7 minutes, got 4 points. So it was mostly the starters and about an 8-man rotation, 9-man rotation during this game. Team stats, both teams shot 42% from the field. 3-pointers, Dallas Mavericks shot 38, Kings 37. Or 31, excuse me. They only hit 2 more threes than the Kings did. And free throws, both teams shot in the 80s. Total rebounds, Kings out-rebounded the Mavericks 58-36. And assists, Kings had about 8 more assists than the Mavericks. The Mavericks had 13 blocks, which I thought was a very interesting number. They had a ton of blocks, 13 blocks. Kings had 1. Everything else was about even. Points in the paint, Kings had maybe 14 more points in the paint. Thanks to Domantas Sabonis down there. Eye test. Eye test. Eye test. Eye test. Eye test. We're going to take an eye test. All right. King's eye test. So my eye test today, I'm not going to roll film today, but the team looked very exuberant. They looked like they came in ready to play. In the very beginning, and then in the first quarter they got blown out a little bit, which is very interesting. I'm not sure why this keeps happening to the Kings, but for the rest of the game they played very well. They scored 23 in the first, 33 in the second, 27 in the third, and 27 in the fourth. So that was decent scoring. It was enough to give 110 points, which is decent for the Kings. I feel like they average about 115 points, and that's about, their offensive calling is about 115 a night. Anything less than that, you got to question why the Kings weren't scoring very well. And anything more than that, they're probably just having a really great offensive game. Domantas Sabonis held it down from down low. Kings had a quick pace. They were mostly fast breaking most of the game, and guys were hitting shots. So, that's pretty much what you ask for out of this Kings team. Bottom line, the Kings morning after. Bottom line. Today's bottom line is that the Kings just got to keep doing what they're doing. They need to string together some wins after going on this 5-game losing streak. What is it, 5 games? Yeah, 5-game losing streak. Totally uncalled for. Now they need to string together some wins. They need to go on a 5-game winning streak. They need to reclaim those losses that they had, at least at a 500% clip, 50% clip. They got to win here. Can they win 4 more games? Possibly. They got a shorthanded Philadelphia 76ers tomorrow, so that they don't have Joel Embiid he's out with a sickness. They have Memphis, Golden State, and Miami, which are a couple good teams, couple average middle of the road team. The Kings are not so far out of this race that they can't get back in it. Like I said, string together some wins and you will get out of this muck that you're in. They just have to keep fighting, especially at the end of the games, and they can't let teams blow them out early on. It just takes so much energy to get back into these games, and by the end of the game, you're tired out, and it's hard to close out after you're spent up all your energy. So for the Kings, And Doug Christie, you know, keep fighting. Keep doing what you guys did this past game. Doug Christie even said he wants a team of fighters. So that's how this team is going to look moving forward. The teams usually take the identity of their coach. And Doug Christie was a fighter, and he was a very good defensive player. So hopefully we can see these guys be a little bit more scrappy, defensive-minded, and a little bit more detailed at the end of some of these games. And that's my bottom line. Next up, like I just said, the Kings play the Philadelphia 76ers. And that is going to be here in Sacramento. So Wednesday, January 1st, the Sacramento Kings will be in Sacramento playing the Philadelphia 76ers. That game's at 7 p.m. Be there, be square. And also subscribe to my channel so that you can see my review of the game the next day after at midday. And maybe click the notification. You'll get a notification of that. Thank you. Betting lines. So I don't have betting lines for tomorrow's game. The betting lines usually come out the day of or at midnight or so. So I don't have the betting lines of the Kings game. But if you want to bet on other games that are going on today or even tomorrow, basketball games, use Bet US. Bet US is what I use to do all my sports betting. I use it. I'm in California, and it allows me to bet here in California. So you can use it too if you're in California, Sacramento. Some of the sites don't let you bet because we're in California, but Bet US allows you to bet. Use the link below. It helps out the channel. Thanks. And as always, I ask that you guys please make a comment. Let me know how you feel the Kings are going to do under Doug Christie. And also, please like the content. Subscribe. We're a new channel, but we're trying to grow, and anything that you like is going to help. It's going to push this video to other eyes. So please like the content, subscribe, maybe check out a few of my other videos, and if you like those, like them as well. I appreciate it. And also please comment, make a comment on how the Kings are doing, comment on how I'm doing. I don't care. Comment on the weather. Just comment on anything. It helps me kick the algorithm's ass. And share the content. I appreciate you. And I have a motivational quote for you guys today. And it goes like this. You can't move to the next chapter of life if you keep rereading the last one. Wow. That's pretty deep. Once again, you can't move to the next chapter of life if you keep rereading the last one. And that's a perfect quote for the Kings. I mean, if we keep doing the same things over and over, are we ever going to win? You know, don't repeat the last chapter. You got Doug Christie. We're going on to a new chapter. Yeah, Doug is using some of the things Mike Brown had, but we can't keep repeating what we've been doing over the past few years, 5 years. You know, we got to create new chapters. We got to continue to grow as Kings. And that's pretty much all that I have today, guys. A little bit of a short video today. Just trying to catch up after I got a video deleted and I missed a bunch of games because of the vacation, the holidays. I was out of town, things like that. Went and saw a 49ers game. So just trying to catch up. Tomorrow, the Philadelphia game, I'll definitely try to have an analysis of that game by the next day on the 2nd, on Thursday the 2nd. So come on back, subscribe so you can see that video. And that's pretty much all that I have for you guys today. I really appreciate you joining me. Come back for the next video. Click that subscribe button and that notification bell so you'll be notified when my next video comes out. And I just want to say thank you for watching me this far, and I appreciate you joining me on the latest episode of The Kings Morning After Midday Cup of Joe with Jay. And with that, I'm out. But before you go, check out these moves. It's good.